Welcome students. Let us take up the topic transportation in animals, which is a part of the chapter Life Processes of Class 10 Science NCERT. As you know, in unicellular organisms, the single-celled body performs all the vital activities, whereas in multicellular organisms, the body is made up of several types of cells, and these cells get differentiated and become specialized to perform specific functions. Therefore, to perform all the vital activities and to maintain life, all the cells of organism must get essential substances like food, oxygen, water, etc. At the same time, during these metabolic processes within the organism, a lot of waste products are formed in the form of carbon dioxide, ammonia, urea, etc. And these must be removed from the body to avoid their accumulation to harmful levels. Therefore, the organisms must have some mechanism to deliver the essential substances to all its cells and to collect the waste products from cells and throw them out of the body. To perform these functions, organisms have an efficient transport system. In case of vertebrates, the organ system responsible for the transport of substances inside the body is called the circulatory system. And the parts of the circulatory system are the heart, blood, lymph, blood vessels, and lymph vessels. And its important components are the blood vascular system and the lymph vascular system. Let us start with blood. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. It transports food, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and waste materials through the body. Blood has two parts, the fluid part, that is plasma, and the solid part, that is the blood cells, which remain suspended in the plasma. So basically the components of blood are plasma, white blood cells, red blood cells, and platelets. Plasma is the liquid or the fluid part of blood. It is colorless liquid and contains mainly water. About 90% of it is water, and it also contains nutrients and proteins along with hormones and waste products. Nearly 55% of the total volume of blood is plasma, and it carries all the dissolved substances from one part of the body to the other. And all the other blood cells remain suspended in this plasma. RBC or red blood cells. These are also called erythrocytes. These are red in color due to the presence of oxygen carrying pigment hemoglobin. RBCs are circular in shape and they do not have a nuclei, and that is why they have a short lifespan. Red blood cells have to be made quickly in the body because they do not live for very long. Each red blood cell lives for about only 4 months, and the reason is they lack nuclei. It has been estimated that about 3 million red blood cells of the human blood die every day, but 4 times that number are made in the bone marrow every day. So, when we donate blood to save the life of a person, then the loss of blood from our body can be made up very quickly within a day. This is because red blood cells are made very fast in our bone marrow. The next type of blood cells are the white blood cells or WBC, which are also called leukocytes. These fight infection and protect us from diseases. It is interesting to note that some white blood cells eat up the germs like bacteria which can cause diseases, while some other white blood cells, they make chemicals known as antibodies to fight against infection. So we can say WBC are the soldiers of the body and they protect us from disease causing pathogens and other harmful foreign materials. WBC have irregular, or they may be spherical in shape, and they have a nucleus, though the shape of nucleus in different WBC are different. And you must note that in blood, WBC are much lesser in number than RBC. Another type of blood cells are the platelets or thrombocytes. These are the small fragments of special cells formed in the bone marrow. They help in clotting of blood or coagulation of blood in case of injury. For example, say we get a cut or a wound starts bleeding, then platelets help clot the blood by making semi-solid gel-like substance there, which stops further bleeding. And note that all the blood cells are made in the bone marrow from cells called stem cells. Now, let us understand the functions of blood. Blood has three main functions. These are transport of substances like, say, respiratory gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide, digested food or nutrients, waste products, hormones, enzymes, etc., from one part of the body to the other. Second, protection against diseases. And third, regulation of body temperature. So, to summarize, we can say blood has the following important functions. It carries oxygen to different parts of the body, carry carbon dioxide to lungs for breathing out, carry digested food from small intestine to all parts of the body, carries hormones from endocrine glands to different parts of the body or to the site of action. It carries waste products like urea from liver to kidneys for excretion through urine. It protects the body from diseases because of the WBC, and it regulates the body temperature. And this is because the blood capillaries in our skin help to keep our body temperature constant at about 37 degrees Celsius. Now let us discuss about lymph. Lymph is another type of fluid which is also involved in transportation. It is also called the tissue fluid. Through the pores present in the walls of capillaries, some small amount of plasma, proteins, and blood cells escape into intercellular spaces in the tissues to form the tissue fluid or lymph. It is similar to blood, and it is similar to actually the plasma present in blood, but the only thing is that it is colorless because it doesn't contain any RBC, and it contains less amount of proteins as compared to blood. Lymph drains into lymphatic capillaries from the intercellular spaces, which join to form large lymph vessels that finally open into larger veins. Lymph carries digested and absorbed fat from intestine and drains excess fluid from extracellular space back into the blood. In my next video, I shall cover the function of heart and other details of human circulatory system. Before that, for a quick revision, go through the questions here and try to answer these. I'm sure you will be able to answer. In case you are not, see the video again so that you can learn those points which you must have missed. Till then, enjoy learning.